as smart as she thought she was, nailed Bolivia on the first try and pumped her fist. It took the class 5 attempts to identify Algeria, and then another 6 tries before Cito, again, announced that Bhutan was the answer. Hudson had his hand raised the entire time, but Mr. Bishop didn't even glance in his direction. This kind of thing happened in all his classes. It was as though Hudson possessed some form of camouflage that he couldn't turn off, no matter how badly he wanted to. Unfortunately, it worked even better on students than on teachers. Hudson bet half the class didn't even know his name. After a few more countries were revealed, Mr. Bishop had a coughing fit and took a long drink of water from the mug on his desk. He was in his mid-60s and favored sweater vests and ties. No one knew whether he had a family. The only stories he told were of his own childhood. A glass cabinet behind his desk displayed old board games and toys that were popular when he was a kid. Tap, 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 tap. "You're doing it again," Mr. Bishop told a slouching girl drumming on her desk. "Last warning." "My bad," said Violet. Violet Park was a drummer in the school band and tended to use her pencils as musical instruments when she got bored. Although they shared 3 classes, Hudson had never actually spoken to Violet, except when her dog had died in September, and he had managed a tentative, "Sorry for your loss." Violet had been a wreck for weeks, but she seemed in much better spirits these days. Mr. Bishop returned to the map and pointed to the next piece of tape. "Now that I have your attention, Violet, this is a hard one, maybe the hardest one here, but do you have any idea—" "Sierra Leone." Hudson couldn't help but smile. He had noticed that Violet was sneaky smart, just like he had noticed that Manuel always used the bathroom at exactly 2:25 each day. Either he was meeting a friend or had a remarkably consistent bladder. Jay had a crush on Olivia, alas, unrequited, and Eileen cheated on every test. Hudson noticed people. They just didn't notice him. Mr. Bishop glanced at the clock on the wall and decided there wasn't enough time to identify the remaining countries. "Your homework was originally to read Chapter 12 and take copious notes," Mr. Bishop said, easing into his seat with a sigh. "But I've decided to switch it up tonight. It is a perfect autumn day, and your homework is to take full advantage of it. Go on a hike, read outside, ride your bike around without any destination in mind. Jump in a pile of leaves. You only get so many days like this, and the ones at your age are more precious than gold. Don't waste them." The class looked at Mr. Bishop in confusion. Randy raised his hand. "So there's no homework?" he asked. "There is homework. I want you to appreciate how marvelous it is to be young." "Is this going to be graded?" Cito asked. Mr. Bishop rubbed his temples. "No." "So we don't have to do it." "Are you all familiar with the expression, 'youth is wasted on the young'?" he asked. "What I wouldn't give to—" Bring! Dismissal. Most students rushed the door like passengers late for a flight. Soon, only Hudson was left in the classroom, packing up his supplies with precise, unhurried movements. He was small for his age, with thin blonde hair and eyes as blue as a cloudless summer sky. On his way out the door, Hudson paused in front of the map. There were still 3 pieces of red masking tape remaining. "Zaire," he said. "Thailand. Portugal." Mr. Bishop was looking out the window and didn't hear him. Hudson suspected the teacher might be lost in memories of when he was a kid, and similar school-shed afternoons stretched before him with infinite possibility. He'll never know a day like that again, Hudson thought, and suddenly felt bad. Mr. Bishop might have been set in his ways, but he was a nice man. "Thanks for the lesson," Hudson said. Mr. Bishop looked up with surprise.